Hello students, I'm sure all of you are enjoying good health. This is for the first time we are going to learn computer. So welcome to the computer world. I'm your computer teacher Deepak Kumar Bora. Let me take you through the world of computing. For that let us start chapter 1, the computer system. In this chapter we are going to learn computer definition, how does computer work, hardware, input devices, processing devices, and output devices, then software, system software, and application software. What is a computer? Computer is an electronic machine. Electronic machine means machine which needs electricity to run. Computer takes data and instruction, that is input, from us, that is the user, processes it, and produces and displays output. In this way, a computer is different from other electronic machine. Explain the last point with the help of an example. Suppose we have to add two numbers and display the result in computer. For that, let us see the video. Question is add two numbers and display the result. Suppose we take 4 and 6 to add. 4 and 6 are the two numbers. These are data. We'll click 4, then click on plus. Here plus is the command or the operator, and then click 6. Then click equal to. Once you press equal to sign, then the computer is going to process, that is, it is going to add 4 and 6, and it will display the result, that is 10. That is the output. How does a computer work? Before discussing on how computer works, have you ever thought how you work? Okay, let me give you an example. Suppose you are doing a very important work at your home. At that time, your father came from market and he said, "Child, of course you will say your name. Come here, I have brought a chocolate for you. What will you do?" I'm sure you are going to get up and get the chocolate. So what happened? Why you got up? Because you heard the instruction from your father. Through your ears, your brain processes it. That is, it decides because it knows all the meaning of the instruction that your father has given to you. Then the brain decides that, yeah, my father is calling and he is going to give me chocolate. So your brain has given instruction to your body to get up, to your leg, run and get the chocolate. So in this way, you have produced the output by getting the instruction after the brain has processes it. So we perceive or get the information or get the instruction from the environment through our sense organs. Our brain processes the instruction by knowing the meaning of the instructions and then tells the body to produce an output. So in this way, not only we, all the living organisms work. Whatsoever work we do almost all follows input, process, and output. For example, when we make milkshake, we follow the following instructions, or we follow the following steps. First, we'll take water, milk, and sugar, that is the input, in a glass. We are going to mix water, milk, and sugar, that is the process, and then the final output will be the milkshake. Let us take another example, cooking of rice. Here we are going to take an electric cooker. The input will be uncooked rice and water. We'll put these in the electric cooker. Then we'll put on the electric cooker. It starts cooking. This is a process. And finally, after some time, we'll get the cooked rice. That is the output. Do you know computer works like us? The figure which is showing here is the IPO cycle in a computer is similar to human processing. Let me explain you this. Suppose we have a problem to add 2 plus 3. Now how the computer process, let me first explain. We will enter data, that is 2 and 3, and also the operator plus through the input device, that is the instruction will give it to the computer. CPU will process the instruction based on some program and then produces an output, that is 5, and displayed on the monitor or printer. Now see how we human are going to solve this problem. Either we'll listen the problem, what is being said, or we can see the problem. Our brain will interpret the problem, try to understand it, and is going to solve it. After solving, we can either say the output, that is 5, or we can write it down. I think you have understood. So, similarly, a computer follows the input, process, output cycle. I will explain the cycle after some time. So, it has different parts that help with input, process, and output. First, input devices. These input devices are used to put data and instruction into the computer. Input devices are like keyboard, mouse, etc. Second, processing device. These are used to process data and instruction either by calculation or searches, and depending on the instruction. Computer have the CPU as a processing device. And the last is the output devices. It helps to display the result, that is the output, after processing the data, either in monitor or printer or any other output devices. Figure here is showing the input, process, output, but it is in the form of cycle. Let me explain you this. Computer takes in data and instruction, that is input, from the input devices, processes the data based on the instructions given in its CPU, and will show us the result in the output device. Sometimes these result or the output are stored again in the memory, and from the memory we can take this data or the result as an input. So it becomes a cycle. I hope you have understood why we are saying input, process, output, cycle. So this is the end of our class for today. In next class, we'll go through input devices and processing devices. Till then, be healthy. Bye. Thanks for your patient hearing.